When you think of the words Real Madrid and goalkeeper together, everyone could agree that the name that has become synonymous with that image is no other than Iker Casillas. For a quarter of a century, the man has cemented his name in history as one of the greatest to ever defend the goalpost. But just how good was he really? Hey guys, it's Raymar, and today we're gonna look at that exact question. But before we start, I still can't believe that 86% of you watching right now still aren't subscribed. Just please do it already. But anyways, with that being said, let's get started. Iker Casillas began his career as one of those rare players who originated from Real Madrid's youth system since he was 9 years old in 1990. In 1997, by the time Casillas was just 16 years old and barely old enough to start learning how to drive, he would be called up to play in the men's team in no other than a Champions League game. Imagine being one of the legends on that Madrid team and hearing that a 16-year-old would potentially be the one standing in front of your goalpost and trying to defend it against grown professionals. I don't know about you, but if I was a player, that definitely wouldn't make me feel confident whatsoever. Casillas would, however, make his first start and debut in 1999 in the most prestigious club tournament, the Champions League. At the time, Casillas became the youngest goalkeeper to ever play in the competition at 18 years old and 177 days, a record that would last for 18 years and only broken in October of 2017. However, having an 18-year-old as your main goalkeeper in the Champions League isn't that much more reassuring either. The world was surprised at just how good the young Iker Casillas was at defending the goal. But for Madrid fans and those familiar with Casillas, it was really no surprise at all. During his first full season as Madrid's main goalkeeper, an overall 82% save rate and only conceding 25 goals in 27 matches. In terms of goalkeeping, this was incredibly good for an 18-year-old playing his first full season for the biggest club in the world. In comparison, in his first year alone, which was incredible seeing as the youngest member on the squad just happened to also have the most important role to play in the team's success. His first season would find him winning the La Liga Breakthrough Player of the Year award in 2000, which in general is almost never given to goalkeepers at all. And this goes not only for La Liga, but in each prospective top league as well. You never really see goalkeepers winning any award unless it in and of itself is a goalkeeping specific award. Now, when we talk about the goalkeeper position, there are certain factors that we need to look at. First is their height. Casillas, compared to most goalkeeping greats and legends we all know, was much shorter, standing at only 6 feet tall. He couldn't cover as much space as keepers like Manuel Neuer or Gianluigi Buffon, who were several inches taller, and could cover up more space with their longer wingspan. Casillas, however, would make up for it with his incredible reflexes, amazing positioning, and surprising speed. Casillas always knew how and when to move between the goalpost, and was one of those acrobatic goalkeepers that could jump and make the most awkward dives in order to stop a ball. Casillas also almost never let any shots go between his feet, at times also stopping shots with his foot alone, which just speaks of his amazing footwork as a goalkeeper, a factor that seems to be very overlooked. He was also excellent in one-on-one situations, as I'm sure many Dutch people could attest to. No offense. Casillas was also great at saving penalties and always knew how to stay composed under pressure, as he's been exposed to it since he was 16 years old. In the following 2000-2001 season, Casillas would help his team win the league title, conceding 37 goals in 34 matches, which was worse than last year and a 6% drop in save rate, but would make sense as he played more matches. Casillas, however, would bump his clean sheet rate to 38%, which was a 12% jump from his first year performance. Around this time though, pundits were saying his first season was kind of a fluke and was more like beginner's luck due to his drop in performance, but that wouldn't stop him from proving them wrong a year later. During the 2001-2002 season, Casillas would show everyone that he wasn't just another good goalkeeper. One other thing about Casillas is during big-time matches, when the spotlight is on him and the stakes are the highest, he shows exactly what makes him special. And this was the first time Casillas would really be known as a goalkeeper that could come in clutch in the most important matches. Real Madrid would once again make it to the Champions League final versus Bayern Leverkusen. With a terrible defensive performance from Real Madrid, it would be Casillas who made several crucial saves to help Madrid win 2-1. Now, while you might say he did let them concede a goal, during the first half of the game, it was relatively close, with the same amount of shots on target from both sides, and it being tied 1-1 at half. However, Leverkusen was absolutely dominating Real Madrid's defense on that second half, with a 58% possession and 8 shots on target, compared to Real Madrid's 42% possession and 2 shots on target. It was thanks to Casillas that they didn't end up losing the game 5-2. From then on, Casillas would begin to grow a reputation as one of the best goalkeepers in the world at such a young age, and it would only grow better over the years. Statistically speaking, Casillas' best year was in the 2004-2005 season, as he played 37 games and allowed 30 goals to be scored, having his highest ever 85% save rate. To put that into perspective, Gianluigi Buffon's best save rate in his career was only 84%. From this time around 2013, Casillas would be at his very best, consistently being known as one of the best and most renowned goalkeepers in the world. Casillas would finally begin getting much more recognition around 2007. That year alone, he would be named into the UEFA Team of the Year, win the La Liga, and win the Zamora Trophy for lowest goals to game ratio. From then on, Casillas, with his experience and leadership, was chosen as the captain for the Spanish national team, and in the 2008 Euros, he again showed why he was such an amazing goalkeeper. Casillas would amazingly stop 2 penalties from an Italian team that were the defending world champions, and kept a clean sheet from the quarterfinal all the way to the final itself, becoming the first goalkeeping captain to ever lift the European trophy. In 2008, he would place 4th in Ballon d'Or voting behind Ronaldo, Messi, and fellow teammate Fernando Torres, along with being placed in the UEFA Euro Team of the Tournament, UEFA Team of the Year, being named the La Liga Goalkeeper of the Year, IFFHS World Best Goalkeeper, and placed in the FIFA World 11 for the first time. In 2010, he would help Spain win the World Cup, making an incredibly clutch save during a one-on-one situation with Arjen Robben that could have decided the game. And I remember watching as a kid and being absolutely convinced that Robben would have scored after he broke free from Carlos Puyol. Casillas was voted the tournament's best goalkeeper, named into the 2010 World Cup Dream Team, was voted the best European goalkeeper, named into his 3rd consecutive FIFA World 11, his 4th consecutive UEFA Team of the Year, and his 3rd consecutive IFFHS World's Best Goalkeeper award. He also made a record for the most clean sheets in a World Cup and fewest goals conceded in a World Cup by a winning goalkeeper. Coming into the 2012 Euros, fellow goalkeeper Gianluigi Buffon would talk about Casillas, saying, "Honestly, I don't have to use up many words to say just how good he is. The results are there for all to see. He's won everything there is to win, and he's been on the same great level for so many years now, which is possibly the hardest of all for a goalkeeper. Spain almost never concedes a goal, and Casillas is the main reason for that." Casillas would again break another record for longest time without conceding a goal in the European Championships, while keeping 5 consecutive clean sheets, winning his 5th consecutive IFFHS World's Best Goalkeeper award, his 5th consecutive FIFA World 11 appearance, his 5th consecutive UEFA Team of the Year, voted La Liga's best goalkeeper, and named into the UEFA Euro Team of the Tournament. Unfortunately, towards his last years at Madrid, he would get frozen out of the starting lineup little by little, as his goalkeeping did start to drop after 2012, conceding goals at a much higher rate and keeping less clean sheets. He would leave Real Madrid in 2015 to play for FC Porto, where he was able to break the record for the most consecutive seasons with a Champions League appearance, being part of the tournament for 20 straight years. And although his achievements in Porto definitely weren't as great as his prime with Madrid, he did win the Premier League twice and won the Portuguese Cup and Super Cup 1 time each. In 2019, football fans around the world had a scare when news broke out that Casillas suffered a heart attack at the young age of 38 years old, which led many to believe his declining performances in his last years were somehow health-related. Everyone was relieved to find out he was recovering well. It would be unthinkably sad to lose a legend of the game like that so early. And just recently, on August 4, 2020, he has decided to hang his gloves after an incredible 21-year career. And honestly, his records and achievements are just way too much for me to even mention, but I'll try to name some of the most notable ones. Most appearances by a goalkeeper in the FIFA World 11 with 5 consecutive years, most UEFA Team of the Year appearances by a goalkeeper with 6 consecutive years, most IFFHS World's Best Goalkeeper awards with 5, fewest goals ever conceded conceded in a World Cup, most clean sheets in a World Cup, most clean sheets in the European tournament, fewest goals ever conceded in the Euros, most penalties saved in the Euros, the only goalkeeper to ever stop penalties in different World Cups, most Champions League wins by a goalkeeper, youngest goalkeeper to ever play in the Champions League, while also being the youngest to ever win at the same time, most consecutive seasons in the Champions League with 20, as well as being one of the few players to ever play over 1,000 professional matches, maintaining a 76% save rate and a 38% clean sheet rate throughout his career. That is just absolutely incredibly insane. Casillas will definitely go down as one of the greatest, if not the greatest goalkeeper of all time. Although it could really be up for debate, not a single person can disregard him in that conversation. At the very least, I'm glad to have made this video in dedication of his retirement, as he was personally my favorite goalkeeper to watch while I was growing up, and definitely a name that will always be remembered throughout football history. But that's all from me today, guys. This video was made possible by Alaric Aguilar, Owen Torres, Louis, and the rest of my patrons over at Patreon. If you guys want to support the channel, check my Patreon link in the description below. Any support is greatly appreciated. Anyways, make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe and turn those notifications on if you haven't already to see the best football documentaries on YouTube. Thank you guys for all the support, and I'll see you in the next one.